Three foundational moves in physical AI, edge compute, and infrastructure engineering are reshaping what operators can actually build this quarter. Start with context windows and open weights colliding. MiniMax reports its M3 model at 1 million tokens with native multimodality and sparse attention, deployed open weight through Hermes agent. Early benchmarks indicate this competes with Gemini Pro extended while remaining fully open. The operational implication, teams building on open weight infrastructure no longer have to choose between context depth and deployment control. That's a constraint removal worth tracking. Now shift to physical AI. NVIDIA announced the Cosmos Coalition, Runway, Noose Research, and leading labs building open-source world models for robotics. Cosmos 3 is already available on HuggingFace and reports top performance across 8 benchmarks. The architecture is elegant. One image feeds into multiple robot training environments simultaneously. This is being framed as the Llama moment for physical AI, the infrastructure layer that makes simulation-based robotics accessible beyond labs with 9-figure compute budgets. If that framing holds, we're watching the democratization of embodied AI infrastructure happen in real time. Then the edge story. NVIDIA's RTX Spark roadmap targets 128 gigabytes unified memory with petaflop performance in consumer hardware this fall. The 128 gigabyte specification is the critical detail. It's the threshold where 70 billion parameter models run locally without memory thrashing. Microsoft's Surface Laptop Ultra becomes the first genuine alternative to MacBook Pro for inference-heavy workflows. That's not hype, that's architectural parity at the edge. The roadmap extends to Rubin Spark in 2027 and Rosa Feynman Spark in 2029. The infrastructure story that warrants skepticism. xAI claims it rewrote its entire training stack in C, bypassing Python frameworks entirely. The reported result is order of magnitude speedup on 220,000 GPUs compared to JAX-based approaches. If verified, this represents a 10 times effective compute multiplier from existing hardware and may explain Grok's iteration velocity relative to competitors. The risk is real. C-stack training infrastructure at this scale is extreme engineering with no fallback to established frameworks. But if xAI can demonstrate reproducibility, this becomes the template other labs chase. Memory suppliers Samsung and SK Hynix are now requiring non-waiver long-term contracts for allocation. The market has inverted. Buyers compete for supply, not sellers for customers. This means infrastructure teams betting on AI expansion need multi-year commitments locked in now. No flexibility, no renegotiation. That's a capital discipline signal worth monitoring. Who secures allocation contracts this quarter shapes competitive positioning through 2028. Watch whether xAI publicly releases benchmarks comparing C-stack training efficiency against JAX and CUDA. Whether NVIDIA's RTX Spark 128 gigabytes memory claim holds under production inference loads, and whether the Cosmos Coalition's world models actually reduce robotic simulation costs at scale. That's your AI automation research briefing for Monday, June 1st, 2026. Stay sharp. I'll see you next time.